Hello friends, Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com. Welcome to my kitchen. I've been living with a piercing headache for the past 4 or 5 days, so I'm not looking all that great, so I won't appear on the camera today. Today we're making something with tamarind, and or tamarind as we call it down in the Caribbean. In this case here, I'll be using the pulp of the tamarind, and you can get that in any sort of West Indian, Asian as well as Latino grocery stores. It's readily available, and all it means is the sort of outer shell of the tamarind has been removed and all the pulp is in there, but there's still seeds in here, so we'll need to break that down a bit before we get to the recipe. And what we're making is called tamarind juice or tamarind punch. We've got sugar, I've got here some Angostura bitters, and I've got some mixed essence. I think this is unique to the Caribbean, and it is a combination of almond as well as vanilla extract in there and some more different things in there. If you cannot get that, use vanilla. So here we go. The tamarind pulp, as I said, in the case that I'm using here, is pretty firm, as well as you can see the seeds are still in there, and there's going to be fibers as well. So all I'm going to do is remove it from the plastic. We're gonna put it, and here we got about 2 cups of that pulp. Just gonna put it in a bowl, and we're gonna go in with boiling water because we want this to soften up and break down. And we're gonna have to get our hands dirty, but we're gonna break that down to get all that lovely pulp into a sort of a liquid form. So in goes that hot water out of my kettle. In total, we're gonna need about 6 cups of water. In this case here, I'm using about 3 cups of that boiling water now. Just want that to sit there, break down, and to start releasing all that lovely pulp. Make sure it's cool. It's very important that it cools down before we go in with our hands. It's been about 20 minutes or so, and all I did was, while the water was still hot, I pretty much used a spoon and help break it down. But now we've got to go in with our hands. Make sure that water is to the temperature that you can handle, and you can see the pulp is very sticky. It will feel weird between your fingers, and all you want to do is to work that to get all these sort of seeds and fibers out. I'm just going to keep doing that until you've broken down all of that pulp. It's going to get very thick. I don't know if you guys can see that, very thick. So we need to water it down a bit, because we need to be able to strain any sort of fibers as well as seeds. So I'm going to go in with another cup or so of water. And as I said, in total we'll be using about 6 cups of water. So do keep that in mind. And all I'm going to do now is strain that with my wire strainer into a bowl, another bowl, so we can add all the other ingredients. And there will be still a lot of pulp in this. All you want to do is keep working that down. And I'm using my hands, but you can certainly use a spoon or fork or something. So in total, I have the 6 cups of water in here now, because I added some more water in here. We're going to go in with that sugar, the mixed essence, as well as that Angostura bitters. That's going to give it that nice little Caribbean kick that we're looking for. And pretty much all you're doing now is whisking this together. You want all that sugar, and this is why it's important that the water is still a little bit warm, as it's going to help the sugar melt. Ooh, could already get that lovely sense of the tartness from the tamarind, as well as that mixed essence is giving this thing a lovely aroma. If you really want to kick things up here, guys, you can go in with some freshly squeezed lime or lemon juice, maybe about a tablespoon or so. Put this in the fridge, let it cool down on its own, and then serve it with ice. If you try to cool it down with ice, it's going to water it down too much. So there you go, friends. Tamarind juice or tamarind punch. Remember to go in with that freshly squeezed lime juice, and you're good to go. A nice, cold, refreshing drink on a summer's day. You cannot go wrong. Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com. Always a pleasure to have you guys here in the kitchen with me. I'm going to go take something for this headache. Hope you guys have a great day, and do check out CaribbeanPot.com.